Welcome back everyone to another unboxing video of our channel. Google launched their new flagship Google Pixel 5 and Google Pixel 4a 5G on September 30th. And today we are going to be unboxing the Pixel 5 and talk about all the new features that comes with Google's new flagship phone. Now let's unbox and see what we have inside the box. We have a simple box here, nothing special. We have the phone itself, and this is the Sota Sage colorway. Now that's a fancy way of naming a light green color phone, but we all know that Google has always had a little fun when naming their phone colors. Let's keep the phone aside and see what else we have inside the box. We have some paperwork and the SIM ejector pin. They have included a USB Type-C cable and an 18-watt charging adapter. So no earphones with the box this time. I think we need to be thankful that they include the charger with the box, now that some brands have started to sell their chargers separately rather than including them inside the box. Now let's get into the phone and see what new features have Google added to their latest flagship device. Talking about the processor, it's not a flagship level chip inside the Pixel 5, but the Snapdragon 765G has the perfect balance between performance and battery life. You won't have any issues when playing games, and in fact, you will have a really smooth experience thanks to the 90Hz refresh rate. The 4080 mAh battery inside this phone is a really good upgrade compared to the older models, and it will definitely get you through a whole day without any problem. It also has a really nice display because it has no notch and the bezels are relatively thin and symmetrical. The back of the phone is a unibody aluminium frame with a plastic coating and a matte finish. Although it's made up of aluminium, it has a plasticky touch to the hand because of the coating over the aluminium. It also has a nice grip as opposed to a phone with a glass back. And a really interesting thing is that even though it has an aluminium back, it still supports wireless charging, which is pretty impressive because this is the first phone with an aluminium back that supports wireless charging. Overall, the design is pretty clean. It also has a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor, which is really nice to see now that almost every other phone has either an in-display fingerprint sensor or Face ID. Google released their 5G version of Pixel 4 as well. The 4a 5G is basically a slightly stretched out 4a with an additional camera and 5G compatibility. It has a larger display of 6.2 inches and a better battery. For that, you'll be paying $500. When we keep the Pixel 5 and Pixel 4a 5G side by side, there is a small difference between the sizes. Also, they share the same Snapdragon 765G processor. But surprisingly, the smaller Pixel 5 has a slightly larger battery, which I'm not quite sure why they decided to do like that. Another noticeable drawback in the Pixel 5 is that it has no earpiece cutout. This might not be a big issue for many people, but it's definitely something to be aware of. Now, coming to the most exciting part of the phone. We all know that the Pixel phones have always had really good cameras. So this year that hasn't changed. I would confidently say that Google Pixel's main strength is its camera. So it has a dual camera system. It comes with a 12.2 megapixel main camera and a 16 megapixel ultra wide. Google has added new features like night sight in portrait mode and cinematic field video stabilization, which really enhances its already strong camera department. also have a Pixel 5 case here, which you can buy separately from Google for $40. I know that's not a cheap price tag for a phone case, but this one is very different from other cases. It's made from fabric and it has a good grip and a nice texture to it, so you don't have to worry about the phone slipping out of your hand. Also, this case will not interfere with your wireless charging, so that's really nice to see. So, if you ask me, is it really worth it to buy the Pixel 5 for $700? I would say that it's a really well-built compact phone, and you should definitely consider buying it, because Google's flagship phone this year is not competing with the other flagships like the iPhone 12 Pro or the Samsung S20 Ultra. Instead, it sits somewhere in between the mid-range phones and the flagship ones. The main competitors for this phone are the iPhone 12, Samsung S20 Fan Edition and the OnePlus 8T. It's a really tough pick, but I'll leave that to you. So this is it for today's video. We got many exciting videos coming up. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you loved it. This is Geek Forum and catch you in the next one.